once again, PPW Nation. I am Bobby Munson, and I am here with the man with the angelic voice. He is Papa Smokes, and we're ready for a brand new episode of Prairie Pro Wrestling Revolution. We hope you're all geared up and ready to go. It's going to be one exciting night of wrestling action. We have got a blockbuster main event. Papa Smokes, why don't you let the fans know what they're in store for in tonight's main event?
Let me tell you something. We got a huge main event for you tonight. The culmination of a bloody feud that has begun between Jacob Creed and Michael Allen Richard Clark. We've got a non-sanctioned street fight as a main event tonight.
It's going to be absolutely epic. But to kick things off, we've got a massive announcement for the entire PPW Nation. So right now we're going to head down to ringside as we're going to be joined by Crash Crimson of PPW Management, who has a massive announcement to drop on the entire PPW Nation. Stay tuned.
All right, it's great to be back down at ringside for another edition of PPW Revolution. Papa Smokes, we're in for quite a treat here tonight. As we mentioned earlier on, that tonight is a blockbuster main event. We have got Jacob Creed, Michael Allen Richard Clark, but this is unsanctioned. PPW Management has not sanctioned this match. It will be an all-out war between these two that has been brewing for quite some time here in Prairie Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, this main event tonight is going to be straight viciousness, straight bloodshed. It's going to be absolutely wild.
Looking forward to that. But first up here tonight, we've got a very special announcement. We're going to be joined from one of the members of PPW Management. This is Crash Crimson. You see, he's got a very special briefcase with him here tonight. Papa Smokes, a big announcement coming. So let's tune in to find out what Crash Crimson has got to deliver to the PPW Nation.
That since we started PPW, we've been so appreciative of you guys coming out and giving us some support. This means a lot to us, not just the office, but the guys in the back. How much they love coming here and working for you guys. These guys in the back are putting it all out there for you. I also want to let you guys know, there are a ton of people that are helping out just to make sure that shows like this happen. Like the lovely ladies that are selling you your booze. How can you go wrong with that? Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Can I buy the briefcase?
Yeah. You got the money, buddy. So let's talk about the briefcase. What's in the briefcase? Anybody know what's in the briefcase? One of the main things that PPW wants to do is to put on not just a wrestling show, but we want to put on an event every time that you come here. We want you people to have the best time that you can have here in Saskatoon on an independent wrestling show. The guy that owns this place constantly is doing improvements, not just to this ring. He's going out trying to find the best talent to come here to entertain you people. Everything from the lighting, the sound equipment, and now this.
I can open that briefcase now. What's inside? Wow, a thing of absolute beauty right there. The PPW Championship, Papa Smokes. It's official. We have a championship right here in Prairie Pro Wrestling.
Look at that beautiful strap.
I got excited next time they shut it off. Check that baby out. Come on. This is the new PPW heavyweight title. This isn't some tin belt. The promoter went out and bought and custom made PPW belt. Look at that. Tell me it doesn't say PPW on that. That's a great belt. That's Marc's belt. It's heavy, too. So how do we, it might, I don't know. I don't deserve it though. So how do we decide who gets to wear this belt? Huh? I got an idea. I got a hell of an idea. Let's have a tournament. We're gonna have all these guys that want to work for PPW put their name in a hat. And then we're going to have a tournament. And the last two guys standing will get to fight for this belt. So starting at the next show, which is 1 month away, by the way. Starting at the next show, we're going to have the first round, or part of the first round of the tournament. So make sure that you come back and check out the tournament. Once you lose, you're out. When you win, you move on to the next round. And when you move on to the finals, let's make it worth something. Let's get a couple of ladders in here. When we're down to the last two guys, we're going to have a ladder match, and we're going to take this belt, and we're going to hang it from the ceiling. And when the last two guys...
And there's the full details of it. Crash Crimson letting us know that we're going to have a tournament for that title, and the main event of that tournament is going to be a ladder match. But hold on here a second, Papa Smokes. Jacob Creed making his way down to the ring. We are being interrupted by the Crazed Cowboy right here.
Alright, let's catch up with people that haven't been here for a little bit. At the last show, somebody got a little excited and did some stuff he wasn't supposed to do. He had a couple of words, and he directed to the wrong guy, and I fired him. I told him to get his stuff and get out. No, the only reason why you're here is because Marc was nice enough to ask us to reinstate you to the main event. What do you gotta say about that, tough guy? Just a very solid night of kicking somebody in the fucking face. Oh, are you sure that's all you got to say? What's that? Let's change the topic to something else that's a little more entertaining. And I agree with you guys. This is a really nice championship. We're worried about this guy.
Crimson letting Jacob Creed know that tonight he is still going to be in competitive action against this man right here, Michael Allen Richard Clark. That is going to be a hell of a fight, as we were mentioning before. And we might even get kicked off here right off the hop. Jacob Creed just getting out of the ring, being smart about it, Papa Smokes. He wants to save it for the main event here tonight.
He's going to get plenty of fight later on tonight.
PW title here like it's already yours, you big idiot. You don't have to worry about this belt because this belt is on hold for me. However, yeah, we got something more important. We got an unsanctioned match tonight. How uncouth of you. We got an unsanctioned match tonight, so why don't you drag your big fat ass in this ring so I can pick you up, drop you on my knee, and do push-ups on your back. And smack your ass around. Why don't you get in here? Why wait till the main event? I think these people want to see this fight right now.
That fight is set for later tonight. That main event is going to be blockbuster, epic in all sorts of ways. Things getting heated up. We're already here on PPW Revolution. It is going to be an exciting night. And now, with everybody knowing that that championship is there for the taking, for the competitors that are going to compete inside that tournament, Papa Smoke, everybody's going to be fired up and wanted to prove themselves more than ever here tonight on PPW Revolution. Maybe alluding to a sign of things to come there, Creed with the hangman's noose around the neck as he points out to Michael Allen Richard Clark. Anything goes in the fight tonight. It is going to be one hell of a show. Hopefully everybody's geared up. Make sure to click subscribe on the channel here so you also can find out when we release new content here on PPW's YouTube channel.
All right, we are back there, PPW Nation, and what a huge announcement with the unveiling of the Prairie Pro Wrestling Championship, which will be decided in our 4 rounds to the crown tournament. That you can start catching the action of the first 4 matches of the first round are going to take place right here on PPW Revolution on the very next episode of the show. But we are going to have a special edition before that where Papa Smokes and I are going to give you the lowdown on everybody in the tournament as you prepare for the 4 rounds to the crown. And what an announcement. The ladder match is going to be the one to finish it off. The last 2 competitors, a ladder match for that title hanging above the ring. Man, Papa Smokes, what a great announcement we've got there. Now, we're going to head on down to ringside for the opening bout of the night. We're going to be joined first by the individual Mike McSugar, and he is going to be going up against Davey Doyle. What can we expect from that one, Papa Smokes?
We got a good match coming up here. Mike McSugar, the controversial individual, versus Davey Doyle. This one's going to be electric.
Certainly is. Let's head on down to ringside to join JG Muller and ready for wrestling action.
As we gear up for the first match of the evening here, Papa Smokes, like we said, everybody fired up now, knowing that there's a championship to fight for here in Prairie Pro Wrestling. This is going to be bringing out the absolute best in all the competitors here tonight. I'm certain of it. They're going to want to prove themselves. They're going to want to say, hey, I want to put my name down to be part of the 4 rounds to the crown tournament. And so we're going to kick things off in high gear here tonight. We're going to start off with everybody's favorite individual. He is Mike McSugar. Mike McSugar is going to be one of the names that is definitely going to be inside the 4 rounds to the crown tournament. And man, Mike McSugar has been on nothing but a roll here in Prairie Pro Wrestling, racking up the wins. He's going to be one hell of a competitor to watch out for inside that 4 rounds to the crown.
Undoubtedly, Mike McSugar will be a top contender for the PPW Championship as well.
Hello, Saskatoon. At this point in time, I don't think I have to introduce myself anymore, but you're all a bunch of morons, so I'm going to do it anyway. My name is Mike McSugar.
I don't need love from you or anybody. You people, you cis women, have turned love into nothing more than a financial benefit to yourself. You expect your partners to buy you diamonds, to buy you 10 flowers, and if they don't put enough zeros behind that gift, you don't think they love you. Sit back. Hey, you, shut up, you directly. You specifically. You, sit back. My friend, loosely I say that. You have turned love and perverted it into nothing more than a blurry Snapchat of your penis. And when you said to a girl thinking that she's gonna love you for that. But trust me, sir, no one's gonna love what you have to offer. In fact, nothing leaves me more flaccid than coming here and seeing you people. Because unlike Valentine's Day and unlike love, you will not turn me into a joke. At the end of the day, it does not matter who my opponent is or what gender they are. When they come down to this ring and look at the ultimate human being, Mike McSugar, I will force them down to the ground against their will. I will press my chest against their chest till they'll feel my entire body over top of them. And the ref will pound and beat that back. 1, 2, 3. And I will stand over top of my opponent. Fully erect, specimen of flesh, Marc McSugar, and you're gonna love it.
Well, some powerful words there from Mike McSugar. Definitely getting under the skin a little bit of the PPW Nation here tonight, Papa Smoke. And he's going to have one hell of a task on his hand. He's going up against Davey Doyle here tonight. As you can see, the fans all agree. Doyle rules. And here he is, Davey Doyle, coming out here to take on Mike McSugar in one-on-one competition. Davey Doyle, as we should mention, the winner of the inaugural PPW Lethal Lottery Tournament. So again, this guy's been racking up huge wins here in PPW so far. And with the looming tournament for the PPW Championship coming up, Davey Doyle has also got to be a name on everybody's mind, thinking that this guy's going to go straight to the finals of that tournament as well.
Absolutely, Munson. The sky's the limit for Davey Doyle, and he's very close to the fans here. He's not going to be taking lightly some of those derogatory comments from Mike McSugar towards the PPW Nation.
Definitely so, but Mike McSugar has been able to use a lot of that psychology that he's been bringing into the ring as of late to really get through to his opponents. It has done wonders for him, having made him one of the top stars here in PPW. Only suffering one loss so far in his PPW career, and that was to Zoe Sager, who remains undefeated in singles competition herself. But also speaking of remaining undefeated inside that PPW ring, at this point in time, Davey Doyle also undefeated in Prairie Pro Wrestling action. So Mike McSugar's got one hell of a task on his hand here tonight. And Ref Ben gets the bell ringing, and they are off to a start here. McSugar, Davey Doyle just eyeing one another up, taking things slow, and McSugar again taunting the fans, really trying to get under the skin of the PPW Nation here. It's like he feeds off that negative energy that the crowd deliver towards him.
Well, and ever since he's been talking about his identity, he's the controversial individual. He's really been giving it to the fans. Nothing they can say is right to him. Nothing will work for him. He's just got an acrimonious relationship with the fans in general, and he doesn't mind poking them a little bit in every match, and they'll be booing him in this one for sure.
Apparently he doesn't mind poking his opponents once in a while too, by the sound of it.
There's some of those psychological tactics, just like you were mentioning.
Davey Doyle, I mean, he's a straight-up tough guy and stuff like that. He comes into this ring looking for a battle, and I mean, he's not going to get the all-out war that he's used to from a lot of the competition inside of Prairie Pro Wrestling Ring when it comes to Mike McSugar. And look at that, Davey Doyle going for the roll-up. Only a 2 count, though. Mike McSugar managing to get out, but again, Davey Doyle with the takedown and the ping. 2 count, Mike McSugar out again. And another quick roll up here. And Davey Doyle really taking it to Mike McSugar right off the hop, trying to get the quick win.
Now to the backslide.
2.5, close. Mike McSugar better rethink his strategy. Heading to the outside of the ring.
Now he's not going to get any encouragement from these fans out here.
But a smart move on the part of Mike McSugar. Take that time outside of the ring. Utilize the time that you have. Get your head back into this thing, because otherwise Davey Doyle is going to lay a beat down on you. And just like that, kicked over to the corner. Mike McSugar is down. And what the heck has Davey Doyle got here? Up to the middle of the rope and flying to the outside.
Whoa.
Not see that a whole lot from Davey Doyle, but tonight O'Doyle sure does rule, Papa Smokes. Fired up and ready to win. He wants to prove himself ready for the 4 rounds to the Crown Tournament. And what a big win it would be over Mike McSugar. But as Mike McSugar once again breaks that up and gets to the outside.
And look at this. McSugar, always the wily veteran with these great moves. Taking his time, coming to the outside and pulling O'Doyle out with him. It looks like it's backfired this time, though.
It certainly has. There as O'Doyle hits that steel post on the outside. He has got to be out cold now. Mike McSugar, like a shark that smells blood, is right on top of the attack here. Hammer and thrust right across the back of Davey O'Doyle. Doyle now looking to shake off the cobwebs from that steel post hit there, but Mike McSugar not going to even give him a moment's rest.
Man, did he tag him there.
We're starting to see a much more vicious side to Mike McSugar as well. I mean, we've talked about the psychology, but the absolute brawling and hard-hitting action that we're getting out of Mike McSugar lately has turned this veteran into something else as of late. Yeah, he's gone from, a guy that everybody loved and enjoyed and was fun to watch to someone who's a legitimate threat to the upper, echelon of the PPW roster. A huge scoop slam there from Mike McSugar takes Davey O'Doyle down. And the splash. Certainly taking his time if he's looking to go for that cover, but a non-traditional cover in every sense of the word there from Mike McSugar.
Yeah, definitely didn't hook the leg on that one.
It's starting to look like he's pulling out chest hairs there. He definitely pulled out the chest hair in Davey O'Doyle. That has got to smart. And he's just picking the piece of the hair off his hands and licking that rope too. I mean, and good thing this was pre-COVID times that this was filmed in there, Papa Smokes, because I'm not so sure that would be socially acceptable to be licking the ring ropes these days. Davey O'Doyle hammering back, getting back into this thing. Mike McSugar running in, but he's met by the big boot from Davey O'Doyle. McSugar is down, and Davey O'Doyle back in control of things. And the slingshot to the corner and the roll-up. 2.5. Mike McSugar with the kick out.
Wow, that was a nice combination by Davey O'Doyle.
And I guess some push-ups of his very own there, Mike McSugar, if that's what we want to call them. And now for, I believe he calls this the pin you wish you were in. But it doesn't look like O'Doyle wanted to be in it more than 2.5.
Now on the beard, this is really a sadistic side of Mike McSugar we're seeing tonight, just like you were mentioning before. Snapmare by O'Doyle's beard. This is really some vicious tactics coming from Mike McSugar.
Again, you got to start to wonder, though, are the vicious tactics coming out more heavy because Mike McSugar wanting a piece of that Prairie Pro Wrestling Championship, and he's going to do everything in his playbook here tonight to prove that he's going to be one of the guys going for that title when it's time. Davey O'Doyle absolutely grasping for air as he crawls on top of those ropes. Mike McSugar dragging him back into the middle of the ring. Beautiful move there, Mike McSugar going for the cover, hooks the leg. 2.5 still. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep the guy like Davey O'Doyle down for the 3 count. We've seen it before, Davey O'Doyle tough as nails. He's come back from hard beatings and stuff like that, Papa Smokes. Again, it is going to take everything Mike McSugar has in order to keep Davey O'Doyle down here tonight.
Well, the way McSugar's been working over O'Doyle's back and neck area, now with that rear chin lock, he's gone a long way to achieving his goals tonight.
The PPW Nation is trying to get Davey O'Doyle back in this, and that's what he feeds off of. He feeds off the adrenaline and all of that crowd noise that is here with our live wrestling crowd. Nice belly-to-belly suplex from Davey O'Doyle, and now it's Mike McSugar that seems to be in the world of hurt.
Really important for O'Doyle here is he bought himself some time with that. As we've said before, as an opponent of Davey O'Doyle, you do not want him to get this momentum going. You do not want him to get those feet stomping around the ring because he's like a freight train. He's incredibly hard to stop.
Mike McSugar very calculated here tonight, though. I mean, he's managed to reverse a lot of that adrenaline that Davey O'Doyle seems to get. Just as he seems to be getting fired up, Mike McSugar has got his number. My real question becomes, is Mike McSugar overly prepared for Davey O'Doyle tonight, or did Davey O'Doyle underestimate the skills of Mike McSugar? And we've seen that move many times. Very effective, very great move there from Mike McSugar. Pulling Davey O'Doyle back away from those ropes and covering. Not quite enough to get the pin, but I think McSugar enjoyed that one. He's showing absolutely no respect there for his opponent. Mike McSugar is definitely taking his time, being very methodical here tonight. Doyle bouncing out of that one, and thunderous clothesline.
That had some serious impact.
Now Doyle needs to use this opportunity to really get his head back in the game here, Papa Smokes, as he has taken one hell of a beating here from Mike McSugar.
Yeah, this is a side of Davey O'Doyle we're not used to seeing, as he's been on his heels for this entire match, trying to wrestle defensively and really getting a beating laid on him by Mike McSugar. Let's see if he can get the power of the crowd behind him now.
Thunderously taking McSugar down twice there, and beautiful drop kick. Davey O'Doyle seems to be back into this thing, stomping around. He's good to go. Here we go. Big splash to the corner. And a second big splash to the corner. Mike McSugar is on Dream Street now. And hold on, again with the reversal from Mike McSugar. Davey Doyle reversing out of that one, getting back into this. What a great counter wrestling on the part of Mike McSugar in this matchup tonight, Papa Smokes.
He's a wily veteran.
Davey Doyle looking to finish this thing off with the cover.
This could be over.
No, not quite. Mike McSugar finding a way out of that one.
Davey O'Doyle's pinned a lot of people with that move, but not tonight.
I don't even know if Mike McSugar knows where he is at this point. I mean, Davey O'Doyle seems to have him beat, and oh, a reverse atomic drop. What have we got going on here? No, not quite. Mike McSugar then getting driven down to the mat. It's got to be over. No, only two. Again, Mike McSugar kicking out. What is it going to take here tonight, Papa Smokes? So this is one hell of a matchup we've got. Oh, Davey Doyle with the big spit right in the face of Mike McSugar after Mike McSugar telling the Saskatoon crowd, screw you, Saskatoon.
A thunderous power body slam. We got a pin.
No, Mike McSugar still kicking out of this thing. And we have got a good old-fashioned wrestling match on our hands now. I think Davey Doyle is ready and able to put an end to this once and for all here. He's getting McSugar all lined up. He's got him up. It's got to be over here, Papa Smokes. No, Mike McSugar grasping those ropes. Quick thinking on the part of Mike McSugar. Great ring awareness on his part. And wait a second, he's rolling Davey Doyle. Hey, the foot on the ropes. And it's over.
Wow. Speaking of ring awareness, he knew where those ropes were.
Ref Ben did not catch that one at all.
Wow, big win for Mike McSugar here tonight. He spent the first part of the match working over Davey O'Doyle, and then we saw that back and forth momentum go. And then now to this, at the very end, Mike McSugar pulls out the win under nefarious circumstances, but it's still a win.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter how it's done. In the record books, it's going to count as that win. And again, a lot of momentum in this sense for Mike McSugar going into the 4 rounds of the Crown Tournament. Not taken away from Davey O'Doyle. Or wait a second, hold on. We've been interrupted. Mike McSugar attacking Davey O'Doyle after the match. I mean, he's already won this thing. It's all said and done. What is the point in this?
He's just trying to make a statement now.
Speaking of making a statement, here comes Zoe Sager for the save. The one person who holds the victory over Mike McSugar here in Prairie Pro Wrestling comes on down, and Mike McSugar won nothing to do with Zoe Sager here tonight. McSugar seemed very frustrated that Zoe Sager broke that up there, but we know Davey O'Doyle saving Sager from the same fate earlier on when she took on Mike McSugar as well. So it looks like Sager has paid back the favor to Davey O'Doyle, but Mike McSugar, your big victor here tonight in the opening match of PPW Revolution.
Now you can see the frustration on the face of Davey O'Doyle. He's not used to losing matches around PPW, but he's got to take this L tonight, and Mike McSugar looking good.
Albeit a little controversial, Mike McSugar picking up a very massive win in that matchup over Davey O'Doyle. What a great encounter that was. Now we've got a second matchup coming up and a big debut here tonight, Papa Smokes. We're always searching for new great talent, and we've got great talent joining us here tonight. Bucky McGraw, not the debut, but the re-educator is going to be taking on the debut of All Night Levi Knight. What kind of excitement can the fans expect from All Night Levi Knight?
We haven't seen much of Levi Knight around PPW yet, but we know he's a funky individual, and we're looking forward to seeing what he's got to offer.
Definitely so. So let's head on down to ringside and get that match underway.
Well, it's time for match number 2 of the night. It's already been an exciting night of PPW Revolution action. The PPW Nation is all fired up and ready for some more. So we're going to go on to the second match. We're going to be joined by the smartest man in professional wrestling, the re-educator himself. This is Bucky McGraw. And what a run he's been having in PPW as of late, Papa Smokes. A really great set of in-ring wins for Bucky McGraw thus far.
Absolutely. Over the last year, we've seen Bucky McGraw reinvent himself, so to speak. He's got his re-education manual, and he's imparting his knowledge out to the fans of PPW, and he's just gone on a winning streak here. He's got the right attitude. He's got his head screwed on right, and Bucky McGraw, a force to be reckoned with.
Definitely so. But we wonder about how prepared is Bucky McGraw for his opponent here tonight, because he is going to be going up against a PPW debuting superstar. This is going to be the debut of All Night Levi Knight, and what an exciting talent he is joining the PPW roster here this evening. You know, Bucky McGraw, a seasoned veteran of that ring, has been delivering on each and every performance. We're guaranteed that we're going to have quite the wrestling match on our hands here. And there he is, All Night Levi Knight, making his way down to the ring, making his debut here in Prairie Pro Wrestling here tonight, Papa Smokes. This is one exciting talent that we've brought over here.
Wow, and what an entrance. This music is fantastic. And isn't it great to see a new face around PPW?
Always is, especially one that can get the crowd all jazzed up, having a lot of fun here tonight. Now, can he take that inside the ring with somebody like Bucky McGraw? Look at Bucky McGraw studying the re-education manual in the corner as he awaits his opponent's arrival.
Is that what they call a little bit of cramming?
That's a good call there, Papa Smokes. Looks like Ref Ben trying to tell Bucky McGraw we got to get things started, pointing to the watch there, letting him know it's time to put down the book and get on with the wrestling. And for anybody who is maybe checking out Prairie Pro Wrestling for their very first time, check out some of the other videos on the channel, not just the PPW Revolution ones. You could also check out ones from Bucky McGraw himself, the re-education series that is available here on YouTube as well. Check those out. Great videos from our friend Bucky McGraw. And you'll get to learn a thing or two in the process from wrestling's smartest man. But as he extends that hand for a handshake to Levi Knight denying Bucky McGraw that handshake.
Yeah, that shows some re-education by Levi Knight as well. He's smart enough to know not to shake Bucky's hand.
I've yet to see anybody that's actually accepted the handshake of Bucky McGraw yet. He keeps saying that he can show them the path. He can show them the way. All they got to do is shake his hand. But yet, no takers as of yet from the PPW roster. A nice armbar to start things off here from Levi Knight. A beautiful reversal here from Bucky McGraw to an armbar of his own. Bucky sweeping the leg. Levi Knight goes down. He's got that headlock on him now. And as usual with a Bucky McGraw match, right off the hop, we're being given some great wrestling holds to start things off here.
Yeah, Bucky, a skilled grappler. We've seen his matches many times here. He's got 1,000 holds and 1,000 counters and reversals, and you got to wake up pretty early in the morning to put one past Bucky McGraw.
Man, Levi Knight looks like he came prepared for Bucky here tonight, having an answer to everything that Bucky has put out towards him. Levi Knight looking to have an actual good grappling match here with our friend Bucky McGraw.
You know, a newcomer like Levi Knight is probably anxious to show the fans what he can do in PPW, anxious to get on the fans' radar and the PPW management, and he wants to make a good impression here. And wow, look at these arm drags. I think he's doing just that tonight.
Certainly is. Bucky McGraw having to go back outside the ring in order to regain his thoughts, to kind of get his head back in this thing. I don't think he was ready for what Levi Knight was going to bring right off the hop here tonight.
I guess that's the thing about fighting a newcomer in professional wrestling. You may not be sure what your opponent has to offer in the ring. So McGraw also getting maybe a first look at Levi Knight just along with the rest of us.
Once again, taking down Levi Knight. Got Bucky's number here right off the hop. Bucky not sure what to do as he's reeling in pain now. Levi Knight definitely working that left shoulder of Bucky McGraw.
Holding on to that arm bar. Levi Knight looking pretty solid so far.
McGraw now with the takedown, goes to drop the elbow, misses. Again with the arm drag now from Levi Knight, takes Bucky McGraw down. And still doing a lot of work to Bucky's left shoulder, really focusing in on that one particular body part to take that part of the Bucky's arsenal away from him.
He speaks to a solid game plan too from the newcomer. He's going to isolate that body part, work it over so that Bucky doesn't have that in his arsenal for the rest of the match.
Goes for the cover, only a 2 count though. Bucky getting out of that one. And right back to it. I gotta say, really enjoying what I'm seeing from Levi Knight here tonight, Papa Smokes. I mean, gotta come out here and make a statement as a newcomer like you were saying, and he's definitely doing that. He's got my attention. By the sounds of it, he's got the attention of the entire PPW nation here tonight as well. Oh, beautiful from Levi Knight.
Nice. This guy came to wrestle tonight.
Certainly did. 2 count again. I don't think Bucky McGraw knows what to do with himself in there. He's being worked over by Levi Knight here.
You might just have to consult that re-education manual again for a tip on how to get past Levi Knight.
Well, I hope the Bucky's predominantly right-handed because he might need that right hand in order to flip the pages of the re-education manual once Levi Knight's done with him here. And raking it, Levi Knight's face right across the ropes. And driving Levi Knight right back down to the canvas. Bucky doing all he can to get back in this thing. And boot to the face. Levi Knight goes down hard. It looks like Bucky McGraw shaking out that left arm there. He's got to be in some sort of pain from all those times Levi Knight has worked over that left shoulder here so far in the opening parts of this matchup.
Oh, it's definitely bothering him. It looks like it's hanging useless by his side there at this time.
Bucky going now for the cover, hooks the leg. Not enough to keep Levi Knight down. This match continues. Both these competitors with a lot to prove here tonight, especially again, we keep bringing it up. 4 rounds to the crown is right around the corner, Papa Smoke. So everybody wanted to bring out their absolute best, and Bucky seems fired up now. He's really taking the shots to Levi Knight in the corner there. Levi Knight down to the canvas, and Bucky going for the roll-up. 1, 2, no, not quite enough. 2 count only. Bucky now getting frustrated with the PPW Nation, who appear to be mocking every single move and grunt that comes out of the mouth of Bucky McGraw. Definitely no shortage of fun, chance, and excitement coming from the PPW Nation whenever we have live shows here in Saskatoon, Papa Smokes. The PPW Nation make this ever so much more fun than your standard wrestling show.
Yeah, we do have the best fans of any wrestling fed. I know that to be true.
And speaking of fans, the PPW Super Fam there down at ringside. And you know what? Going to give them a shout out here tonight, Papa Smokes, because they went out of their ways to make a fun little video about how much they miss PPW live action at the moment because we can't have our live shows currently. This all being pre-taped prior to the whole pandemic outbreak and everything like that. We look forward to getting back to that, but if you had an opportunity to go check out the We Miss PPW live shows video that the PPW Superfam made, it is 15 minutes of the best entertainment you're going to find out there right now, so definitely check that out. And Levi Knight bouncing back into this thing with a couple thunderous clotheslines to Bucky McGraw, and now a beautiful drop kick, takes McGraw down, goes for the cover, 1, 2, and geez, 2.5, just about had him there.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Munson, and suggest that perhaps Bucky McGraw just isn't funky enough to beat Levi Knight.
This could be true. We might be seeing the debut victory for Levi Knight the way this is going, and a thunderous Superman punch to the corner there. Levi Knight going for the suplex, but yeah, Bucky countering that one. Irish whip into the corner, Bucky going in, but a boot to the face of Bucky McGraw again. We're seeing nothing but counters from this youngster here. Flying cross body, he's got the legs hooked. Just about had it, it was almost there, not quite enough.
What a maneuver.
Levi Knight's got to be wondering what he has to do to put away wrestling's smartest man. It would appear that he has thrown just about everything in the arsenal at Bucky McGraw here tonight. He's going to have to come up with something big. Now Bucky with a knee to the midsection of Levi Knight.
And pump handle style, and it's a backbreaker.
Beautifully done. And we're going to roll right into a Texas Cloverleaf. And he's got him quite a ways away from those ropes. Levi Knight is going to be worn right down if he doesn't look to tap as it is.
Well, he's thinking about it.
Getting a little momentum, dragging himself. Can he make it? And he does. The hold has to be broken, but man, the damage has been done to the lower back and also to the legs of Levi Knight. That's going to take away a lot of this kid's arsenal. What is Bucky McGraw up to now? He's taking those protective pads off of that part of the ring there, exposing the steel underneath. What kind of sick, sadistic idea does Bucky McGraw have in store here?
Hard to say. The referee's on to him already, though.
Looks like Ref Ben going to put those all back in place. But wait a second. Bucky McGraw's got the re-education manual. And swing and a miss. Levi Knight ducks out of that one. And Levi Knight looking to counter. Bucky McGraw DDT onto the re-education manual. And he covers it up, hiding it from Ref Ben. But Ref Ben's back still turned. Looks like Bucky could be pinning Levi Knight all night long here. And the 3 count. That's what it takes. Wow. The re-education manual saves the day for Bucky McGraw here tonight.
The kick in the groin and the DDT onto the manual. Boy, that Levi Knight not getting up from that one.
There's a lot of power inside that one book there, and once again allowing Bucky McGraw to pick up a very big victory here on PPW Revolution. And I guarantee that Bucky McGraw is going to have a lot planned as he goes on his path to the golden truth when it comes to the 4 rounds to the crown tournament.
Hats off to All Night Levi Knight in this match as well. What a debut for PPW, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of this young superstar in the future.
Definitely so. Hopefully he has done enough to prove to the PPW management that he might be a name included in our 4 rounds to the crown tournament as well. We will definitely have the reveal of which superstars will be involved in the PPW 4 rounds to the crown tournament coming up soon right here on the channel for you, so stay tuned for a very special edition of PPW where we will be talking all things 4 rounds to the crown, who's involved, what kind of chances they have, and who we like going into it. And you know what? I gotta say, Bucky McGraw looking very strong heading into that tournament, if in fact his name is one of the ones that ends up included. I definitely find it hard to believe that he wouldn't be, though. Papa Smoke's a veteran such as Bucky McGraw, racking up the wins like he is. I guarantee he's gonna be there.
Wow, that was a great wrestling encounter we had there. All Night Levi Knight really showing some great tenacity inside that squared circle, giving Bucky a run for his money, but ultimately, Bucky McGraw, the smartest man in wrestling, managing to pick up the much-needed victory here tonight. Now, we've got another match geared up, and this one's going to be huge. We've got Asesino against Cannonball Kelly. Papa Smokes, what can you tell us about these two competitors?
We got two highly motivated individuals here. Both need a win real badly. This is going to be a brawl. We're going to see some massive action here, and looking forward to this one right away.
Let's head on down to ringside.
At that show.
Oh yeah.
And we are back, ready for some more in-ring action, and we've got a match of massive proportions for you now. We've got El Asesino. He's going to be taking on Cannonball Kelly, and here he comes himself, El Asesino, one of the best veterans on the roster here today, and definitely a name that is going to be a threat in the PPW 4 rounds to the crown tournament. In fact, you know what, I'm going to say it right now, Papa Smoke. I could see Asesino going all the way in that PPW tournament.
Oh, absolutely, Munson. And as far as Western Canadian wrestlers go, El Asesino is a legendary name. He's got wins over some of the best in the business, and he'll be looking to win that PPW championship in 4 rounds to the crown.
I love the signs down at ringside from the PPW Superfan stating that Marcel there had asked his fiancée Trish to marry him, despite the fact that she is the #1 hashtag Asesino Superfan. See Asesino in fine form there just a minute ago, throwing his t-shirt on top of the ringside camera there. So a bit of a glitch as we kicked over to the other camera and now back down to ringside. Asesino certainly does not seem to give 2 damns about the ringside cameras whatsoever. Probably definitely no care for him towards the people operating the cameras either. Now we're going to be joined by an exciting superstar, ring veteran, Cannonball Kelly. Man, this guy can really go inside that squared circle. But you know what? Ever since coming to PPW, has managed to come up short when it comes to the win category.
Yeah, we've seen Cannonball Kelly carry gold around Saskatchewan before. He's a vastly popular superstar. He's a brawler. He's a madman in the ring, as you can see right now, and he'll leave nothing on the table when it comes to doing what he needs to do to win any match, and El Asesino is no exception. These two have tangled a number of times before, and I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be wild.
Cannonball Kelly's so full of energy all the time. All the heart and all the energy in the world. But again, he's going up against Asesino, one of the most wily veterans, as we put it before with some of the guys in that ring, but also very, very calculated and methodical individual. He has plans, and he's got backup plans all the time, Papa Smokes. If plan A doesn't come through for El Asesino, you know there's a plan B, C, and D waiting in the wings for him to pick up a victory.
At the very least, the Mexican Devil is devious, and he'll find a way to win. It's very tough to put this man's shoulders to the mat for a 1, 2, 3.
In fact, El Asesino, again, one of the ones who's picked up a lot of victories here in Prairie Pro Wrestling, including wins over Michael Richard Blaze. I mean, that was a massive win. He also made it all the way to the semi-finals of the Lethal Lottery Tournament, only losing out to the inevitable winner, Davey Doyle. So a very minor blip on the radar for El Asesino in his Prairie Pro career. So again, making a strong case for him to go all the way in that Prairie Pro Wrestling 4 rounds to the Crown Tournament. And some very choice words there that El Asesino had for the entire crowd and for Cannonball Kelly. Again, the comments made by the wrestlers inside the ring might not reflect those of PPW management, but at the same time, we're not going to censor them because we're all about having a little bit of freedom of speech here when it comes to our style of professional wrestling. And we're kick-starting into high gear here. Cannonball Kelly chopping the hell out of El Asesino and now going up for the punches. And he's a madman up there, Papa Smokes, just hammering down on the head of El Asesino.
Yeah, typically 10 will do the trick here. I don't think he's going to stop at 10. Wow.
I don't think he's even going to stop hitting, knowing that El Asesino has fallen to the mat already. Asesino trying to go to the outside, trying to collect himself. Cannonball Kelly following through. That's that high energy of Cannonball Kelly, though he is not going to stop for a second. Just a thunderous right to the head of El Asesino. Oh, and El Asesino shoving Cannonball Kelly right into that post on the outside. Oh, and talk about a thunderous right. That one echoed right through the entire block here in Saskatoon. Here comes that athleticism from Cannonball Kelly with a thunderous lariat taking El Asesino down to the mat. What has Cannonball got in store now? Going to that rope and driving that elbow drop down onto El Asesino. Right across that chest. That's going to make it difficult for El Asesino to breathe, and then follows it up with that chop.
And you know, Munson, we've called Cannonball Kelly matches in the past, and I think it's tempting for some of his opponents to underestimate Kelly depending on his body shape and size, but make no doubt about it, Cannonball Kelly wrestles a very strict match, very fast, very energetic and athletic match. You cannot underestimate this man at all.
Both these two very seasoned veterans, as we've mentioned before, and you were mentioning about some of the biggest names in wrestling who have actually been inside that squared circle with El Asesino. You and I both had the privilege of being there live when El Asesino took on Jeff Cobb for the Ring of Honor Television Championship. But I mean, that's only one name in a list of names that have tangled inside that ring with El Asesino. And he's gone toe-to-toe with some of the absolute best in the business currently today. Reversing it, and again with another clothesline taking El Asesino down. A real good back and forth, good old-fashioned fight that we got going on here.
Oh, and that fast pace, just like we were talking about from Cannonball Kelly, he wastes no time in that ring. Every second he's on his opponent, and he's like a wildfire that you can't put out. He's fast.
And he's gearing up for something here. He's eyeing El Asesino up, waiting for him to get back to his feet. What does Cannonball have in store for us here? And he's grabbing the throat. Look like we're going to go for a choke slam here. El Asesino, beautiful reversal into that DDT.
Wow, wasn't that nice?
And a super kick from El Asesino takes the big man down to the canvas right in the center of the ring, hooks the leg. 2.5, not quite enough. El Asesino getting absolutely frustrated, unable to put Cannonball Kelly away with that one. El Asesino now choking Cannonball Kelly on that ring apron, utilizing the referee's 5 count to really just kind of use that chokehold. Oh, he gets caught with a right fist from Cannonball Kelly. Oh, and another super kick as Cannonball Kelly came rolling back into the ring. And again, El Asesino gets caught out there. And beautiful, thunderous powerbomb. 1, 2, no, not enough.
Wow, he caught Asesino as he went for the death from above kick off the ropes there. And wow, with that powerbomb and now a pile driver, the offense from Cannonball Kelly is just destructive.
Despite putting all the weight down on the shoulders of El Asesino, still not enough. The Mexican Devil kicking out Papa Smokes. What is it going to take to put El Asesino down here tonight? It might take a mighty big move from a mighty big man as Cannonball Kelly now climbing to that top rope. I do not know if this is well recommended, but El Asesino pushed Ref Ben into the ropes. Cannonball Kelly gets taken down. He hit that apron hard there.
And there he goes, death from above.
It connects, and it connects hard. Cannonball Kelly seems completely out of this one now. El Asesino heading to the top ropes. We've seen this put many opponent away many times. And he connects with the frog splash from the top. But not going for the cover. El Asesino looks like he's going to go up for a second one. He's not playing games here tonight, Papa Smokes.
He's going for more.
Oh, just about fell, but no, he hammers it. Twice in a row, that's got to be it. And a 3 count. A beautiful, nice, clean win for El Asesino here tonight.
Wow.
Very, very impressive and making a huge statement and his claim towards the 4 rounds to the Crown tournament. I think we'd be foolish as PPW management not to say that El Asesino is going to very much be featured in that tournament coming up for the championship. And as I said before, I'll stake my name on it here, Papa Smokes. I think that El Asesino, he's going to be one of the guys, and maybe the guy that holds that title first here in Prairie Pro Wrestling. We've seen this guy hold championships for well over a year. I mean, he can go the distance. And he can make that title the prestigious belt that we're looking to make it here at PPW.
He's going to do just that, but he's got to get through the 4 rounds to the Crown to do it. I think you're right on in saying he's got to be one of the front runners here to do it, and he'll do absolutely anything it takes to get there.
Crowd might not love him, but El Asesino certainly doesn't care as he salutes the crowd as he soaks in his victory here, Pop Smokes. Great victory for El Asesino. Great effort from Cannonball Kelly.
Huge win for El Asesino there. A very great, epic, clean win from El Asesino as he racks up another one here at Prairie Pro Wrestling. Great effort from Cannonball Kelly as well, but again, El Asesino with the big win. And now it's the big time, big main event time, that unsanctioned fight that Papa Smokes was talking about earlier. Jacob Creed, Michael Allen, Richard Clark. Why don't you give the fans who might not be too familiar, Papa Smokes, a little bit of a lowdown of how this match came about?
Well, we had previous weeks, we had Michael Allen Richard Clark versus Jacob Creed. Their first encounter got out of control in a big hurry. We had blood, we had brawling. This set up a blood feud that continued over the next weeks through PPW. This is the culmination of it tonight. We couldn't sanction a match. We're going to let them settle it one way or the other, and this is going to get nuts.
It's not going to be for the faint of heart, but let's head on down to ringside and check out that unsanctioned fight.
Here we are back down at ringside. It is main event time, Pop Smokes. This is going to be massive. The unsanctioned match, fight, whatever you want to call it. These two have had some bad blood brewing ever since they stepped into PPW, and it all accumulates into this one big old fight. Here comes the crazed cowboy, Jacob Creed, and he's going to be meeting up with his arch nemesis, Michael Allen Richard Clark, here tonight. Creed looks angry and ready to fight here. This is going to be exciting.
You know, Munson, whoa, we're getting going early here. Holy, just a brawl starting right off the bat. This is exactly what we expected. These two are going to go at it tooth and nail.
Michael Allen not even waiting for his introduction this time. You know that there's bad blood brewing when the guy is not willing to soak in the excitement from the fans of the crowd. He's just looking to get dirty and fight. PPW management, if those who aren't familiar, we had actually removed Jacob Creed from our roster due to actions that he had after an encounter with Michael Allen Richard Clark, which you can find on an earlier episode of PPW Revolution if you need to catch up. And that's what it ignited this as well. If you catch the promo from Michael Allen Richard Clark, he pleaded with PPW management to bring Jacob Creed back. So despite what had all gone down, we brought Creed back, and here is the unsanctioned fight that comes about from it. We're going right out into that audience now, over by the beer stands. Jacob Creed taking a mouthful of the desk there. And it looks like, yes, Michael Allen Richard Clark got to toss him right into that brick wall. But the crazed cowboy, down to his knees. He was on his feet, and a beer can to the back of the head.
Well, you know, Munson, I was one of the people, I wasn't really crazy about this idea at first of having an unsanctioned street fight in PPW. I love the action, but it begs the question, what's next? I mean, are they going to have us calling fights in the parking lot at Outlaws Country Bar next?
Well, we certainly hope not. We hopefully don't need to utilize this very often and stuff like that, but there's just been an all-out feud brewing between these two men. I mean, not once have they actually given us a full-on match inside the squared circle since the two of them got into this thing with each other. We saw blood drawn in their first encounter. The second encounter didn't even get underway as the two of them started brawling around ringside, causing the entire roster to have to split them up. Creed had some choice words for Crash Crimson that night, and here we are now. This is an all-out fight. You guys want to slug it out? I guess you're going to slug it out.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, holding this match in a ring with rules and a referee calling rope breaks and such like that just wasn't going to cut it for this feud that we have going on here. I understand that we need to have a match that settles this score once and for all, and boy, these two are looking like they're going to do exactly that tonight.
Creed using that fencing around the ringside there to scrape the face of Michael Allen Richard Clark. Clark still fighting back against the crazed cowboy. Michael Allen Richard Clark, we've had an opportunity to call quite a few of his matches as well too. A lot of greats that he's been inside that squared circle with. You always get a great competitive match when it comes to an opponent with Michael Allen Richard Clark. Has not been the case when it comes to Jacob Creed. This has not been competitive in the least. This has been It's been a straight up fight right from the start. These two absolutely despise one another. They can't stand to be around each other in a locker room, backstage, anywhere that they go. We've had to make special divided areas just to keep them away from each other backstage in order to even be able to have this go on here tonight for the fans.
Yeah, we found out the hard way that they can't be in the same locker room together anymore. We had to do segregated locker rooms to avoid the brawling in the back. And now look at this, a full-on body slam onto the ramp. Look at Creed's back. It's such pain from that.
And the strength of Michael Allen Richard Clark knows absolutely no bounds. This kid has got some massive talent on top of his head. And he is not going to... No talent in using a steel chair, but he's not going to be afraid to use it here tonight on his opponent. And Jacob Creed in a world of pain on that lower back from hitting that rampway. And just multiples of chairs being thrown in the ring there by Michael Allen Richard Clark. Now one being set up around ringside there. What has he got in store? Feeding off the energy of the fans, but in the middle of a brawl like this, might be just giving Creed a little bit too much time to recoup. Michael Allen running in, and scooped up by Jacob Creed. Kicks the chair out of the way, and Jesus Christ, drops the face right down on that cage at the ringside.
Extremely dangerous using that crowd barrier as a weapon, and these guys are going to use everything as a weapon. We've already seen that in the short time this match has been on. This is a tremendously violent encounter. I can see why PPW didn't want to sanction this match. There could be bad injuries from this.
Michael Allen Richard Clark back up to his feet, and good God, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like he's busted Michael Allen open at this point. He's now raking him across that barrier, just looking to open that wound even more. That is some color coming off the face of Michael Allen Richard Clark. Not the first time that Creed has busted Michael Allen open. In fact, this is what really got this thing started in the first place, was when Creed really took things too far and busted Michael Allen open in their first encounter with one another.
In that first encounter also, Clark, as soon as he was cognizant that he was bleeding and saw his own blood, he went absolutely insane.
It was like a bull seeing red, but right now, kind of hard to do when you've got a guy the size of Jacob Creed laying those fists into your body like that. Man, Michael Allen firing back. Oh, that big boot just about took his damn head off there. Guys have used just about everything down at ringside. We're now in the ring. What else could they have in store for one another? Driving the knee right down into that open wound of Michael Allen Richard Clark. Going for the cover too. 1, 2. Not enough though. Clark got a lot of heart in this one. He kicks out of that.
You can see Creed has slowed the pace of this match down a little bit. He's looking to work Michael Allen over a little bit. He's looking to torture him. He's going to use those big cowboy boots to the best of his advantage. And, well, we got another close 2 count on Michael Allen Richard Clark right there.
Your boots are shitty!
In the face of Michael Allen Richard Clark again, trying to look to open that wound up even further than he already has. Man, he is doing some damage here to Michael Allen. And maybe looking for a superplex to the outside. This could really finish Michael Allen Richard Clark off completely.
Oh, jeez.
A reversal. And again, Michael Allen Richard Clark blocking it. Ooh. There's no way, Papa Smokes. We've seen him do this before to... Wow! I can't believe it.
What a lift. My God, Michael Allen Richard Clark with such strength, giving that superplex off the second rope, lifting Creed all the way from the apron. Tremendous strength.
Tremendous strength, tremendous guts, and you know what? A tremendous amount of adrenaline now flowing through the veins of Michael Allen Richard Clark as he's looking to the audience to pump him back up and get him back into this fight. Steel chair in hand, and oh, he takes another kick from Jacob Creed. But he delivers it straight back. And Michael Allen to the top, looking for the moonsault. No, doesn't quite get the full momentum, but still takes the crazed cowboy down. I think Michael Allen's checking his heart, making sure it's still pumping after that one.
I'm checking mine too.
He's got that steel chair all geared up. Right to the gut, Jacob Creed. Right across that back. Oh, that felt like it hurt.
I think the fans want to see it again.
And I think Michael Allen is going to deliver. Here he comes. Boom, right to the head. Jacob Creed down hard.
Did you hear the impact of that chair shot once? And that was a really, really hard one.
I think the impact was so loud that they heard it at Glitch Gifts, they heard it over at Wendell Clark's, and they heard it over at Bartari, three of our amazing sponsors for PPW. Look at that, Creed's now busted open. And Michael Allen looking to do the damage to the open wound.
Couple of knuckle dusters to the top of the head, that'll do it all right.
Hopefully at this point of the evening you've already put the children to bed and they are not witnessing this, but if they are, hey, you're a much cooler parent than my parents ever were. Michael Allen sending Jacob Creed back to the outside of the ring. What has he got in mind now?
These fans may be getting a closer look than they actually wanted in this match because we got blood flowing, we got chairs, we got cage, we got all kinds of stuff here. Oh God, what's this gonna be?
Again, grabbing that barrier. That seems to be the weapon of choice here in this fight tonight. It looks like Michael Allen wants to get nice and close for this one. And good God, that's sick, Papa Smokes.
It's like a metal cheese grater. Look at this.
Just shredding the face of Jacob Creed across there.
Well, Clark's smiling. He's enjoying this now. I think Clark has become to like the unsanctioned street fight match. He's loving this.
Back inside the ring. How much more can the bodies of both these two competitors take here tonight? We know that they're quite big warriors, but you know what? There's only so much the human body can handle. Oh, that's got to be it. The cover. No, Michael Allen. Just by a little thread manages to kick out of that one. We are still on in this fight. Another cover and still not enough.
Creed can't believe it. He could have swore he would have that 3 count after that 360 slam.
Creed, a veteran of that ring. He has had some all-out wars with some of the greatest opponents that have ever stepped inside of there. And you know what? I don't think he has ever come across anybody with the resilience of Michael Allen Richard Clark. Oh, driving the edge of the chair to the lower back. And again.
Doesn't Creed just look comfortable in this kind of match?
He certainly does. And now the chair across the lower back, that has got to be just crippling to Michael Allen Richard Clark. he's got that bull rope and the cowbell and just whipped right across that lower back.
This is where that hatred comes in that we were talking about before. Creed wants to humiliate Clark, and he's going to whip him like a dog with that bull rope.
What has he got in store here? Oh, this cannot be good. I mean, come on, Creed, enough's enough already. I mean, the guy is taking a beating. What more could you possibly do? Oh, please don't. No, it looks like he's going up.
This could be serious damage right here.
This could be career-ending for Michael Allen Richard Clark. Back to his feet somehow, though. Holy
Miraculously. He's lucky he got himself out of that position.
What has he got in mind here, Papa Smokes? This cannot be good. Michael Allen Richard Clark is now going up to those top ropes with Jacob Creed. There's no way he's doing this. No, he's caught and stopped.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Please don't. No!
Oh, God.
Powerbomb through the chairs from the top. This is absolute insanity. If there ever was a holy moment in PPW, that was it right there.
Munson, look at that steel chair. It's just flat. It's absolutely destroyed. It took all of Michael Allen Richard Clark's body weight on it. Clark's got to be broken in half after that.
Creed needs to waste no time and go for the pin here to finish this off once and for all. Here it is.
It's over.
No!
What?
How is this even possible, Papa Smokes? And again, I cannot believe this.
Wow.
Michael Allen with something to prove here tonight, looking to just hang in there with Jacob Creed.
There's got to be a fire burning inside Clark right now because his back has got to be injured from that chair shot.
He's calling for more. We talk about the sadisticness of some people, but man, there's a bit of a sadistic side inside Michael Allen when he's been in a fight like this. And oh my God, he takes Jacob Creed over the top. No way, no.
Oh, good God, Munson. He's tying that bull rope around the neck. He's tying a knot in it, too.
This is the hangman's noose, Papa Smokes. Look at that.
Oh, my God.
How sick is this? Jacob Creed cannot breathe. He's turning blue in the face, in fact.
He's choking the life out of him here, Munson, and he's enjoying it.
The arm's up, and it's down. That's got to be at Ben. Yeah, Ref Ben calling for it. Awarding the win to Michael Allen Richard Clark. Jacob Creed unable to answer the referee's call there. What a hell of a fight we had here tonight. What a momentous moment here for Prairie Pro Wrestling.
Oh, I can't believe what I've just seen here, Munson. He's hung him over the top rope. This is just insane.
Have you ever seen that, especially in recent years in professional wrestling, someone being hung from the hangman's noose?
Good God, it's violent and sadistic and exactly the kind of thing we would expect from this kind of match, and yet, wow, what an ending.
Michael Allen Richard Clark has always proved to be a competitor inside that ring, but man, he proved tonight that he can be one hell of a brawler at the same time, really making himself one of the top dogs here in Prairie Pro Wrestling, and somebody who's probably going to also be getting right through that 4 rounds to the Crown Tournament.
Well, obviously in some pain and discomfort here.
I'm beat to hell, holy crap. But I heard some of you, there was one thing missing from this match. And I think a few of you people would like to see, so I want to hear everybody in this building. I'm bleeding.
Wow, how is Clark even able to complete those?
Absolutely amazing. An amazing talent that we have here in Prairie Pro Wrestling, and an amazing talent in Western Canadian and all of Canadian professional wrestling. You know, we are lucky to have Michael Allen Richard Clark here. The fans love seeing him, and a big congratulations. Still undefeated here, and he walks off with a massive victory over Jacob Creed here on Prairie Pro Wrestling Revolution. We want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in once again, and we will see you next time on Prairie Pro Wrestling Revolution. Good night.